Today in worship, we are observing All Saints' Day. All Saints' Day is a time for us to remember and to honor people who have died. You may have experienced having someone close to you that you loved very much and them dying. Or maybe you haven't. I know I was in high school when my great-grandma and one of my grandpas passed away. And they were the first people who I was close to that died. But All Saints' Day is an important time because it helps us to set aside time to remember all of the people who have gone before us. Now, what are some ways that we remember people who have died? Well, one of the ways that we remember people, and something that we often do in church, is that we light a candle. Lighting a candle can be a meaningful way to remember someone who has died. You could light a candle in worship, or at home, with the permission and help of an adult, of course. But you could also use a battery-operated candle or even a glow stick. Lighting a candle can be a reminder of the light that is within each of us. And some might imagine a loved one's spirit or their light living on. So lighting a candle is one way that we can remember people who have died. But what are some other things that people do? Well, some people might plant a tree, or they might bury some flower bulbs in the soil. And that can be an important and meaningful way to remember someone as well. And then as you watch the tree grow, or as you watch the flowers sprout and bloom in the spring, it can be a reminder of the love and life of a person that we have loved who has died. Now, Pastor Jill just shared a Jewish prayer with us that tells us that we can remember people in all things, like the sun rising and setting, like in a gentle breeze or in the cold of winter. During worship, I will share a kids' book that's titled Remember Me When, that tells us that we can remember people in lots of ways, like in blowing bubbles or laughing until our bellies hurt, or in the sweet taste of a strawberry. You know, another way that we remember people is by sharing memories of that person. Our stories, our experiences. We may have our own memories, but it's also neat to hear other people share their memories of someone who has passed away. And while we often do this intentionally at a funeral, it's also an important thing to keep doing as we remember people who have died. So why do we remember? Because it's how we say that the people we love and have lost, they mattered. It's how we say that the light and love that they shared when they were alive is still alive and well today and continues on within each of us. Please pray with me. Loving God, today we give you thanks for all the generations of people who have gone before us. Thank you for loving them and caring for them, and for giving us this day to remember them. Today, God, we also pray for comfort for people who are sad and missing someone who has died. As they remember their loved one, may they feel your love wrapped around them like a blanket. Amen.